Hello everybody, how are we doing on this fabulous Wednesday? I hope that you're ready for a new Rimworld run. So, we have been playing Solo Colonist. It's on the screen right now, you can see that. It's also exclamation mark VODs. It's on the YouTube channel. I think it's entirely uploaded now. So we've been doing that for a while, and we're taking a break from it because Odyssey has released. It's the first Rimworld DLC I've ever purchased. And so, we're going to do an interesting challenge run. And I'm going to go ahead and pause this. This is the Rimworld OST that we've been listening to, because of course we have. Hey, Giraffe, Laguna, welcome in. It is, I do in fact feel water. It does, it sends chills down my spine. Or is that just because it's cold? I don't know, one of the two. Anyway, Rimworld, which has no music for some reason. Hold on. Let me just make sure it's actually not muted. Oh, I know what the problem is. I need to change that. And then let's change this as well. We're going to have to reconfigure our audio setup a little bit. There we go. That's better, I think. Yeah, that's probably good. Fantastic. But how are you, Giraffe? It's the 4,800. Oh, I see. I see. Oh, it's the Erifig. It's the Eferig. It's Eferig. I'm not doing the rest. That's hurting my head already. Because I've been doing a lot of thinking anyway. And the thinking is, unmute the game PC. The other thought I've been having, how are we going to make this run work? So the way I've conceptualized this is 1.6 and Odyssey have provided a way to move throughout the world without having to settle a colony every single time, right? And so what we're going to try to do is settle a colony. Well, not settle a colony. We're going to start in a colony for 1 season. We might shift it to 2, we'll see. And we start with 4 tribespeople. Your faction will be a new tribe. Wandering Nomads. Strange birds fly overhead, but you continue on. Your tribe has always wandered, moving from place to place, never really staying anywhere for more than a season or so. The life of a nomad is a difficult one, but your animals are strong, your instinct to barter well honed, and your faith remains unshaken. Perhaps someday you'll find the region your gods spoke of, a portal to another world, a stairway to the stars. But for now, you continue on. So the idea is, we are a wandering tribe of nomads that is looking for the ship to the stars. So we start with that quest. We start with, does it actually say? We start with 2 dromedaries, 4 bedrolls for all of our people. We've just wandered into the region, and we're going to be here for a month. We're going to gather supplies, and then we're going to leave, abandon the colony, and go on the road. And I want to see how this works. We're going to probably be tweaking this. I don't know if the first colony we try is going to be that successful, but I think it's a cool idea. So we start in a place, we move on, we go to the next place, and we see how the caravan aspect works out. Can we stay in a like a tile and be there for like a week and gather food and then continue? And we're just going to see how that goes. The main rule is that if we settle a tile, we cannot be there for more than a season, more than 30 days. So 1 month, whatever you want to call it, 1 quadrum, and then we must continue. So rice is going to be our like best friend, and corn doesn't exist. Those are the first few things that I've thought of. The rest is basically the Lost Tribe start. You start with pemmican, you start with wood and silver and hay for the dromedaries. Because I assume, I basically made the assumption that our people have already been doing this for a while, so they have materials. So let's see how this goes, shall we? Like, I want to see if this can work. So, Wandering Nomads, obviously Randy Random, obviously Blood and Dust. Reload anytime mode, because I'm not. I like to be able to reload anytime. 100% globe coverage. So when we start the game, it's going to spawn in the ship to the stars. And that quest is, we're going to start with that quest. And so the goal is to move from where we are to there. And when we get there, be able to take off. We're going to try and do some trading along the way. And we're going to see how that goes. It's going to be interesting. So, let's generate the world. Let's see what it looks like. They were doing for a while, and then this guy took over, and everything went to shit. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm expecting. So I think this is a cool idea, and I haven't really tested it at all. I did like a brief test when I downloaded the mod, mostly to make sure that the mod worked, but also to set up the scenario so that it has like roughly what we need. There is just, again, and this is for the VOD watchers as well over on YouTube, !VOD by the way, we're probably going to restart a couple of times. We're probably going to modify the scenario too. This is by no means a finished challenge. If it ends up working first time, then great. I'm a genius. I'm not a genius, so we shall see. But also, people on YouTube, if you have suggestions, comment. Put it in the comments, or jump over to Twitch, where I will be doing this every Wednesday for the rest of time, probably. Bikini Bottom. Alright, so we won't know where the ship site is. We don't get to know that yet, which is probably for the best. Select a random site. Hey, it's a grassland. I think starting in a grassland is going to be basically necessary. I don't see a way for us to start in like a desert and then be able to move out. Or until I pester you to play Kenshi enough, whichever comes first. I do want to play Kenshi as well. I mean, there's too many good games, man. There's too many good games. Like, when you have a day job, there's just too many good games. If this was my day job, I could maybe get around to some of them, but we are not at that position. All right, rainfall, forageability, 100% berries. Okay. I think this is a good place to start. We're starting kind of in the center, right along the equator. So there's a good chance that we're going to find the ship. Maybe. And here's something else as well. If it's on an island, the only way we can get there is if we find a grav ship. So that's going to be interesting. Because we do have Odyssey installed. I'm just not starting with one. Because I want to try this idea. If we somehow happen upon a grav ship and then my nomadic tribals take off into the stars, then by all means. But let's just see how this goes. I think this will work. Do we have any tradable factions near us? Negative 80. 0. Okay. We have quite a few tradables nearby. That's good, but there's also like a road network, which I love the look of. We were right here, weren't we? Or right here? No, we were right there. That's where we were. Perfect. Let's do it. All right. So, who do we have? We're probably not going to randomize people too much. We're probably just going to take whoever they give us. You have an ambrosia addiction. That's rough. Unless we just keep finding you ambrosia. Psychically hypersensitive. Careful shooter and abrasive, incapable of caring, firefighting, and plant work. That's just... Why do you have a penguin egg? I mean, I feel like I have to take you for the penguin. Really, more than anything else. We need someone who's good at trading. You know, we need someone who's good at social. I feel like that's kind of imperative. Alright. Humps has asthma. But Humps is always tough, though. I love the tough. I think we take Humps. Humps has asthma, but is also tough. We love that. Does asthma make them move slower? I think it does. Oh wait, and a bad back? Okay, we can't take Humps. As much as I want the person with a bad back and asthma to be my tough hand-to-hand fighter, I don't think we can do that. They are a dromedary knight, but I don't think we can do that. Okay, never mind. But then again, they're the only one who can... They're the only trader. Congratulations, Humps. You are now the leader. You're the elder. Elder Humps. I don't think we can take an addiction. A bad back and asthma. That's me in 10 more years. I don't know. Maybe you'll get 15. Let's be optimistic. Ascetic, neurotic, and trigger happy. But doesn't like shooting. Artistic and medical, though. Yeah, okay, we'll take you. I like the Gatherer. Psychically dull. And plant. Okay, we don't need 2 healers. We don't need 2 healers. So we'll drop Trandoa Sai. We don't need you. I don't want the Ambrosia addiction. That just seems bad. A treehouse builder that has no construction capacity. That doesn't make sense. Herder. We might need that. Lazy though. What does that mean? They're just slow? Ooh. It's pretty rough. So, right now we have no one with construct. I mean, okay, Vulture can build. We have our healer. I think we're probably good. Let's just run with this and see where we get. Right? Move speed is rough. Negative 30% move speed is pretty rough. We're going to be tending this asthma for the rest of time. Hey, okay, just welcome in. Cheers to you, my friend. Cheers to you. We're starting a new nomadic playthrough. I think we'll play with this, because here's the thing. Odds are, this new tribe is a test bed. They're the guinea pig. We'll see how this works. Is it Giles? It is not Giles. Giles is our solo colonist. This is something else. We have Ralph Humps Brock, Mendor Monkey Mambe, Boca Vulture, and Samantha Sam Haxton. Shout out Giles. Alright. I think we do this. Let's try it. Let's just hit the start button and see what happens. So, just a refresher. The way this works, we cannot stay on a tile for more than 30 days. Once we're done, that's it. Once 30 days have passed, we move. We continue on. Alright, a new region, the same goal. Rest, hunt, gather what materials we can carry, and then continue on. Alright, I'm excited. Let's do this. So, first things first, I don't know why this all starts off as unallowed. This is literally our shit. In fact, it's just like, it's ours though. Alright, we have almost an entire building right there. That's pretty good. This is a barren plains with nothing but an ancient danger in them. That's great. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. We should absolutely set up all of our shit in here. Right in there. That'll work. In fact, let's do that right now. Where are the rest of our beds? Let's get a rough place to sleep set up. Let's get our zone. Miscellaneous. I want a miscellaneous caravan hitching spot just right there. Let's get this heal root to be harvested. Let's get these berries to be harvested. Let's just kind of get whatever materials we can out of the land. Let's go to our signage. Let's make sure that everybody is on doctor care, and that is it. Let's make sure everyone is on ignore, because that makes sense to me. Okay. Now, we have pemmican, we have food. We have sheep as well, because I figured... Well, we have 3 female sheep. I figured we would have... yeah, so we start with 2 dromedary and 3 sheep, because I figured we would have... grazing animals that we could, farm. But it turns out we ended up with 3 female sheep. You don't get to force the gender of your pets, it turns out. I wonder if I could. I wonder if there's a way to do that in the settings. Anyway, let's make sure we harvest all of this harvestable heal root, because that will last. Alright, where's the other bedroll we haven't gotten yet? There it is. Alright, there's all the bedroll. Let's just get ourselves a... let's fix this as well. Is there a way to, like, change all of them at once? I don't think there is that? You, doctor, for sure. You're our handler. Who's our chef? You're our chef? Alright, that means you're our handler. Humps, that's your job. And everyone's on plant cutting and growing, everyone that can. Vulture, you mine, and you build. I think that's pretty good. Art, who cares? Alright, so here's what we're probably going to need to do. Get a research station going as quickly as possible so we can maybe research stuff while we're here. There is, like, no steel on this map, though. Right? Are we all seeing that? There's, like, no steel? So we're not going to be here for that long. I'll tell you that for free. Alright, so these tables are marble. That's not steel. Is this steel? Okay, that's steel. Let's deconstruct the steel that we can find. Is this steel? Can I select all the steel wool? No? Alright, deconstruct. This is all steel. So let's go ahead and tear all that down. That's slate, we don't care about that. Deconstruct all the steel. Because that is how we're going to make a research bench. That and then the like smattering of trees we can find. That's not grown yet. That's not grown yet. Are there any fully grown trees? Yes, fantastic. Get that one going. We do have wood already. We do start with it. All right, so let's get our wood wall just down so we have what can very generously be described as a room. How many caravans can Polar get killed tonight? No, we'll be fine. We're just learning. Alright, so we have construction set up. Let's go ahead and also... let's get a campfire going as well. And let's also start with some hunting. Oh yeah, we need to equip everybody. So, you equip the Ikwa. The Jade Knife is for trading. You are a careful shooter, so you need a bow. Learning in a video game always involves death. But what if I'm just really good? Alright. Let's give you the peeler. And where's our last colonist? There you are, Vulture. I will give you the other short bow. So everyone's gonna equip, and then we can start getting our animals where we need them. We can even turn this into kind of like a small stock room as well. In fact, let's do that. Let's put the ones that need to be walled and roofed in here. Let's see. Can I put just a quick wall around that? I think I can. Because here's the thing, we're not going to carry all the wood with us, right? We're just gonna keep some of it. Let's put a door there. Let's just block this in. Is this steel? This is steel. Fantastic. So what we shall do is just expand this ever so slightly. I kind of don't want to lose that bush. Oh, that's just a regular bush. Oh, who cares then? Let's do that as well. Nice big stock room. Expand that a bit. And let's go ahead and set this all to be deconstructed. And we'll put a door here, and we'll put a door there. And we shall remove that door. Okay, nice little stock room for things that will deteriorate. There we go. What if I win the lottery I never bought a ticket for tomorrow? Then you are the luckiest person alive. You ever consider that? Maybe you're just really lucky. Go ahead and chop that tree as well, because I think that's closer. Alright, we're harvesting things. Oh, we should also absolutely get a zone of rice down, right? What's our fertility look like? Actually not terrible. Like, we could set up a really good rice paddy here. Is that the right term for it? Like a rice field? I think it is, isn't it? Where it's like the tiered thing on a hilltop. I can't remember the phrase for it. Let's get a decent sized amount of rice right in here. Let's make sure it is rice. Because let's be honest, that's really the only thing we're going to be able to eat. Mostly on this playthrough. Get that going. Oh, and we missed a spot. We missed a spot. There we go. Rice field. If it was flooded, that would be a rice paddy. Ah, okay. I thought there was a reason that word is like its own separate thing. So Vulture is in fact constructing, and they're really the only one that can, so that's fantastic. I will go ahead and set who else? I mean, like, goddamn, no one else can. But yeah, Monkey and Sam, you can. Humps, you move too slow. Because Sam seems to be idle anyway. Alright, we are getting steel. We actually, deconstructing this alone will probably give us enough steel for a research bench, which is something. That's a start. Alright, we have a campfire. We should also get a... Is it worth doing a butcher's table? I feel like probably no. We can just take the, what is it, 70% out of 100 that we'll be getting. Hold on, where is it? Production. 70% of the meat and leather from each creature. Butcher table's 95 wood. We've already burned through all of our wood? How? How do we use all of our wood that fast? I thought we had 200 wood. Is it making too many doors? I guess each wall is 5. So like that's like 100 right there. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay. I mean, if we can deconstruct enough granite, we could maybe make a wall that way. Let's deconstruct those. Let's deconstruct those as well. Let's go ahead. That's steel. We deconstruct that. Go ahead and deconstruct all that. These doors will be good. That'll give us a good amount of slate. Maybe we can build with that. Is this water or rock? That's rough slate. Okay. This is all steel as well, huh? Alright, so no shortage of steel, turns out. We're actually doing okay on steel. Alright, fantastic. So inside here, we're going to make sure that we have, what, pemmican? That is not how you spell pemmican. So we want pemmican, we want our hay, we want our wood, and we also want our pretty much everything else, so like knives. In fact, we could just set this to be allow all, or actually no, clear all. Let's just reset this, because we want to do that. And then we just want to make it important, right? That's the easiest way. Yeah. And then we just make sure it doesn't have... damn it. This is not what I wanted to do. Hold on. Copy settings. Paste. Fucking misclicks, man. I need to move my thing over. I need more space for my mouse. There we go. So we want to make sure it doesn't have any... like, no stone blocks. No steel. None of that garbage. Alright. No uranium. That's probably good. Alright, we're setting up the beds, at least. Is this ready to be cut? No. This one is... We have some berries to eat as well. That's good. I guess we'll be able to subsist off of that. So maybe the campfire wasn't necessary. Are they able to eat these grass? I'm assuming they are. Game seems to be fine. Dorian, Chocolata, Gola, and Penelope are all doing great. What wildlife do we have? Just a lot of boomalopes. I wonder if we could tame a couple. That's dangerous. There is a vulture. There's not much in the way of food. Some crows. Crows will attack you? That's surprising. Okay. I wonder if we could tame boomalopes and maybe get some chem fuel going. I don't know how feasible that is, though. Go ahead and harvest that, too. Yeah, let's break down all of this. I don't think you get any rocks back from getting the floor up, which is a shame. Why are we not using this? This is literally... Oh, wait, because I need to fix it, that's why. And do we have everyone on hauling? Yeah, if you've got nothing else to do, make sure you're hauling. I'd like to have a roof over this. Although I think we can just put a roof over this right now. But it needs to be enclosed for it to matter. Let's go ahead and deconstruct this too. Let's deconstruct that, because that'll give us a lot of stuff. And then let's see where we end up. Alright, so we arrived when? Is it the 1st of April, May? Oh, days passed since our arrival. Perfect. So we arrived on the 2nd of April, May. We only get to be here for 15 days? Okay, so should it be 15 days or 30 days? A quadrum or two quadrums? 15 days is short. I don't know why I thought a quadrum was 30 days. I think there is a game where that's the case, but I don't think that's obviously not this one. So that's very short. We have wood. Let's do that. 30 sounds more reasonable. Yeah, I had 30 days in my head. So I think let's stick with that. So 30 days. So 2 seasons in a place. We get to stay here until, what is that? Beginning of the next year, basically? I think that makes sense. Yeah, because I don't even know if rice would be done in that time. Actually, no, it would be, because rice is 3... Yeah, rice is like 5 days, 5 or 6 days. So it definitely would be. But yeah, I think that makes sense. Alright, we are botching our construction. We have silver in here for some reason, but whatever at this point. Let's get the pemmican in so it stops rotting. We really just want it to stay full effectiveness for as long as possible. All of the steel is going to be nice. I wouldn't mind getting a table as well. Let's reinstall that table over here in our barracks for now. And I think also it might be worth see what else can we chop down. I don't think these trees give much in the way of wood. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Is this ready to be harvested? Effectively, yes. Let's call it yes and move on. This is all steel as well. This could deconstruct into a lot, I think. Yeah, 125. That's not a bad idea. Let's deconstruct that too. Let's just get some resources to build with. I'd like our rooms to not be wood. At the very least, the room we sleep in, that's right next to the field and all of the dry grass, let's make that stone, right? Let's make that all stone. The door can be wood, I guess. I would like a research bench as well. We just need way more wood. And I just don't think the trees really give us all that much, unfortunately. Alright, we're moving everything in. That's good. We're leaving the steel and the granite out. That's important. Do you want to haul that since you went all the way over there? Do you think that's maybe a good idea? Because I do. I think it's a great idea. You've already made the trip. Let's grab the groceries. Fantastic. We don't have any mods in either. This is just the Odyssey DLC and the base game. That's all we have. I think we're good to speed this up to 2x. We have the beginnings of a plan. That's it. Is somebody going to install this? Alright, you're going for a walk. You install that. We don't really have anywhere to sit yet. And I don't think we have enough blocks either. We are chopping down trees. 45 wood? Okay, so the big, what are they? Dango trees or Drago trees? Those are good. These guys. Oak. Wait, these are oak trees? What's the other tree I'm thinking of then? There's another tree that I'm thinking of. That bird just ate our damn monkey. Hold the berries. You're just leaving it out for the birds. Get the berries inside. Just eating all of our berries. Hold the berries. You just refuse to because a wild crow is eating them? Hold the fucking berries. Go over there and shoo the bird away. Are you serious? Getting intimidated out of our food by a bird. What is this shit? Alright, day 1 is almost over. We nearly had a finished wall. That was nearly good. I'd love for this to be an interior cell with roofs by the time people go to sleep. Thank you, Vulture. Fantastic. We have a room. We have literally a single room, and that is all we can manage right now. Get the berries inside, because apparently birds. Although I guess it's not really closed in. It's closed in. Fantastic. It's no longer closed in, because we just deconstructed the wall. Build the wall. Fantastic. It's closed in again. Amazing. Flawless even. Alright, get these out of here. We don't have any chunks in here, right? Nope. Good. Expand the zone. We have a little stock room. Look at that. Okay, we have enough for a research bench. So, om nom indeed. So now what we need to do is... Do we want to deconstruct all of this? I think no. I think what we want to do is just deconstruct the stuff that gives us a lot of resources. So the doors is a good idea. The tables are a very good idea. Deconstruct those. There was another steel structure over here, right? With a lot of doors. Fantastic. Deconstruct all these, because these will give us a good chunk of steel. We'll take it. Fantastic. Alright. We could turn this into a little base, but... no. Well, we could. That's... Is it really saving us anything, though? Because we'd still need to, like, wall it in and everything. I don't think it is. Let's just do what we want to do over here. So, with that in mind, we are in need of a research bench, basically, immediately. Where's research bench? Production? Yeah. Right, research bench. Let's go. Work speed penalty outdoors. Don't worry, we'll fix that shortly. As far as research goes, what do we want to get? So I think complex furniture potentially might be, because we want shelves, we want shelving to store stuff, but I don't really know. Like, this is the tricky part, because we're going to be moving so much, we're not going to be researching that much. So what can we do that gives us either a lot of money or much better survivability, right? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And I feel like complex clothing leading to plate armor is not a bad idea. Black armor requires plate armor. I think we're going to be buying most of our upgrades, let's be honest. With that in mind, what do we need? I feel like stone cutting is a good idea, because so many of the tiles we go into are just going to have stones we can just turn into stuff. And we can save the wood for things like research benches. We are also going to need a stool as well. Do we have enough wood for that? We do. Alright, fantastic. Let's get a stool going too. And then let's go ahead and get stools here too. Not looking forward to getting that into that in PZ. Oh yeah, I forgot you were playing Project Zomboid. I imagine that's pretty rough in Zomboid right now. I really want to do a challenge run in Zomboid where basically, let's see if we can't get this to be expanded across all of the fertile land. Since we're going to be here for 30 days, is it worth getting some... Is it potatoes that last longer? Or is it corn that lasts longer? Because there's no way we're growing corn. Even in 140%, there's no way we can grow corn. Let's see. Let's go to zone. Let's go to growing zone. Let's just do this. Let's get all of the fertile soil in here. Just like that. And I think we'd want it to be either potatoes or something else. I want to view potatoes. Where did it show me that? Potatoes. It doesn't tell me how long they last, which is a shame. Oh, deterioration rate 6 per day? No, that's not it. Because I assume rice is different, right? Where's the yield? Yeah, no, deterioration rate is not it. Let's just make potatoes. Why not? Humps is idle. Alright, Humps, if you're idle, you cannot think. Okay, well, that's fine. You can't think, but you can hunt. And I think we should do that. In fact, we should probably... Let's do this real quick. Manage food policies. New. Let's call it the caravan policy. It has everything. Regular everyday stuff, which is going to be called... hey, we called it Everyday Eats last time. That worked pretty well. Everyday Eats. In this, we're going to make sure that pemmican is disabled and survival meals and nutrient-paced meals are disabled. Because we want to make sure when we are on a tile that they are not eating our long-term food storage. So hay lasts forever, pemmican lasts forever, and we want to make sure that that stays that way. Now, is there enough wood on this tile to make a butcher's table? I feel like there is. Let's get some more wood. This is ready to harvest. Can I search, like, tree? I certainly can. No. No. Yes. Obviously no. 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 There's got to be a better way. But this is how I'm doing it right now. Okay, that's ready to harvest. Where's the one I am even on? This one. Okay. You're ready to harvest. Are you? No. Obviously not. You're ready to harvest. You're ready to harvest. Let's just get all the trees that are basically ready to harvest harvested. Alright, that's probably good to start us off. Fantastic. Alright, well, we're sleeping in a room. That's pretty good for day one, I feel like. It even has some urns in it. I don't know if that really does much for us, but hey. We have 21 granite. What can we really do with granite? We could just make what? Stool? But it costs 25 granite? Yeah. Probably not going to be doing that anytime soon. As far as research goes, we haven't selected a research yet, which is probably why people are idle. What do we start off with? I think a great bow might not be a bad idea. I think a great bow might be a good idea, actually. Yeah, let's get a... Stone cutting so we can save wood for other resources is a good idea. Let's just get stone cutting. Let's just start off with the basic of basics, right? Let's get stone cutting going. We have steel. Fantastic. We're gathering steel in the only way we can, really, on this tile. We're gathering slate by deconstructing doors. Fantastic. That gives us almost enough for like a stool on its own. Maybe that's what we make this out of then. Maybe we use granite and steel, or granite and slate for these, because we have enough of those, basically. Yeah, that seems to be a good idea, I feel like. We already have enough for one. And then we can save the wood for building the wall, which is also a good idea, I feel like. Let's go ahead and deconstruct this table. Anything that can give us a lot of resources for effectively nothing, we want to do. We want to deconstruct those. Let's get our wood wall for this guy. This is going to be a pretty miserable room, but it's going to be a room. This is the resource. This is the research nook. Or do we want to make it a research/entertainment nook? No, it's the research closet. I think it just has to be, doesn't it? Let's just make it the research closet. This is the thinking closet. There we go. Alright, thinking closet, sleeping closet. We also want to make a hoopstone. Can we make a hoopstone out of something? What can we make a hoopstone out of? We can make it out of steel. Honestly, what else are we using steel for? Surely that's a stupid idea, right? We can make it out of silver. Let's make it out of wood. No, let's not be stupid. Make it out of wood. So if this place starts burning, like the whole place burns anyway, so like whatever. More berries, please. Harvest those. If they're harvestable, I want them harvested. It's really that simple. Alright, we have a good chunk of wood. People are gathering it for us. Alright, the research nook is completed. In fact, we don't need that corner. That corner's unnecessary. It's superfluous. This room is awful, but it exists, and that's a start. Alright. The only person who can research is Monkey. And Monkey is gathering plants. Okay, that's honestly fine. Do you want to, like, haul the stuff you're cutting? Because, like, everyone else is just going to eat it otherwise. Cannot haul will never do it. I guess that crow is going right for it, man. Haul it. And those berries are gone. All the berries. Yeah, they ate them all. All those too. I don't know if you're allowed to do shit anymore, Humps, if you can't, like, carry it back. Whatever. Get those fucking berries before the birds do, would you? Alright, and now we'll do a little switcheroo. So hold that, and then you'll pick up both. Amazing. Look at that. That is efficiency. That is min-maxing. You believe that shit? Vulture is slowly building. And now we go to bed? We're eating at a table. You see this shit? We're eating at a table. I can't even believe it, really. Alright, where are you going, monkey? Hole in granite? Yeah, good idea. Alright, so if we can get enough like granite and slate, we can build like a little entertainment room. Is that even what we want to call it? How are our animals? They appear to be eating. They're eating the hay grass. They're eating the grasses. You'll love to see it. In that case, I don't know if we'll need to plant hay grass right now. I think we're good. We have been here for an entire day. Oh, how is everybody's like mood as well? Good, 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 and good. I mean, everyone's getting disturbed sleep, but to be honest, it's offset by being able to eat at a table. So, you know, I consider that a win. Oh, do we not have anywhere configured to store the blocks? Alright. Give me a dumping zone then. How about that? Then we can get them out of our stockpile. We have a lot of herbal medicine. That's pretty nice. I like that. Okay, so let's slow this down and think for a second. We are on this tile for the next 29 days, 28 days. We have 28 days. How can we make the most of this? We have food growing that will last a while. Where's packaged survival meals, right? That's really what we should be moving towards. We want complex food. Where even is that? Survival. Okay, it is so very far away. For some reason, it's locked behind electricity and nutrient paste. Alright, so we're going to be relying on pemmican forever. But alright, electricity is what we want. If we want electricity, let's put this on 1 speed while we think. Actually, we can put it on 2. If we want electricity, that's gonna take us a little while. It's also doesn't help that we're Neolithic, so like electricity is hard. It's very difficult for us. So pemmican is our food source of choice. So that's really what we need to do. We need to stock up on pemmican. We want to maybe make some... yeah, that's what we want. We want a crafting room, I think, right? What a crafting nook. Because we're going to want stuff to sell, right? So if we go to the world, we can travel. Well, okay, you're hostile. We can go to town at the plateau, travel to them, and we can sell, right? What will they buy? Let's go to weapons. They will buy knives. They will buy short bows. So we can just train our crafting capacity, get ourselves some recurve bows for defense purposes, and sell off the refuse, and then maybe see what we can get. We don't know what they have, but we know that they will basically buy anything. You'll love to see it. Yeah, so let's maybe do something like that then. So with that in mind, steel is something we want to harvest a bunch of because we can turn it into tiny knives, and then we can transport those knives a lot easier. We also want to harvest as much wood as we can because we want to make short bows and then recurve bows. I think we start with recurve bows, don't we? We do. Maybe we want to make recurve bows. Who can craft? Can anyone? Technically Sam. It's really... Okay, Sam or anybody else. If you have nothing else to do, research. Let's do that. Who's our chef? Sam. Right, so we don't want Sam to be our crafter then. Really. Vulture could. Yeah, they're just a doctor. So Vulture, you can be our crafter. So let's get that shit set up. Let's go ahead and reinstall these beds out of the way for now. Just like this. That seems good. And what we can then do is put a crafting spot here. Oh, we can deconstruct these columns as well. We do not need those. Not at all. Humps is idling. Alright. Because you can't research, you can clean. Alright. That's a start. So. I don't know why my Twitch preview is saying I'm offline. That worries me. You can't cook, can you, Humps? I mean, you can. Kinda. You can build. Alright, you're starting to build now, Humps. That's your job. Can you craft? No. You are not allowed to craft nothing. Alright. So Humps is now one of our builders. Really slow at it, but hey, at least it's something they can actually do. Okay, let's get a crafting spot down. Production crafting spot. Alright. Now, this crafting spot, we are going to make... Can we actually make recurve bows? Not yet. So what we will do instead is make short bows, right? Yeah, I think make short bows. We could also make some smoke leaf joints as well. God, both Vulture and Sam are idle. So we have so little to do. Okay. Yeah, let's get this going. We want Vulture to be our craftsman, I think. I think that makes sense. So do until you have 10 short bows. And let's see where that gets us. Each one of these needs 30 wood. Alright, so let's just do until you have 5 and see where we end up. Because we don't quite have 300 wood yet. And we want to make sure that Vulture's the one doing it. Because Sam is our handler and our chef. Alright. We also probably want to hunt, right? So let's get some hunting going. Let us get, let's get a couple of bunny rabbits. Yeah, let's get a couple of bunny rabbits. Let's get a couple of crows as well, because maybe then they'll stop eating all of my food. Hunter stealth stat? Hunters have a stealth stat now? Interesting. I don't think there's any water, so we can't do the fishing. Yeah, that's just slate. It looks like water. It's actually slate. Okay. And then wildlife. What about that fox? Yep. Let's do that. Let's get that raccoon as well. Alright, so monkey is our dedicated researcher, it looks like. Which is good, because they're the only one with a brain. Vulture is making bows. Humps is doing fuck all, actually. Alright, so if you have nothing to do... Herbal medicine might be a good one to have actually growing as well, because that not only lasts a while, it also is a tradable item, right? So let's do that. Let's get that going. This will last, this will take a while. I don't even know if it'll actually grow in time. But I mean, okay, Humps isn't doing anything anyway. So let's do that. Let's make sure it is set to... Oh wait, their food skill probably isn't good enough, right? Oh no, their plant skill is. In fact, I think they may be the only one good enough at it, right? 8, 10... Oh, never mind. Alright, well, we're going to deprioritize you, monkey, down to a 3. Because I'd rather you research. And Vulture will deprioritize you to a 3 as well. Yeah, and that sounds like a plan. Alright, we have a short bow. It's poor, but it exists, which is better than we had earlier. Alright, crafting. That did nothing for their crafting skill. Like, basically nothing. Nobody is passionate about crafting at all. That sucks. Alright, we do need defenses. We're dangerously low on food. We are hunting, though. Actually, yeah, we probably want to make this... We want to make a butcher spot, too, don't we? Yeah, we definitely should. So let's just make this until we have 2 for now. And then let's also get a butcher table in here. Vulture's going to do it. They're the best builder, so hopefully nothing goes wrong. Do we have any more granite? We do. Okay. And they botched it immediately. Alright, fantastic. Let's get a granite stool for this, if it ever gets built. Fantastic. Let's get that granite still going as well. You're hunting foxes? That seems unwise given your last interaction. No, that's exactly why I'm doing it. Are we... Okay, we are actually out of food. Alright, put everyone back on the pemmican for now. Caravan, 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 caravan. Didn't notice that we had no food. We are hunting though. So that's a start. Oh, and also add a butcher creature forever. The Weibo Federation are passing by. They have a bolt action and a pistol. We don't really want to anger anybody. I was thinking maybe we could melee them, but really we don't want to piss anyone off. We want to keep as many traders as we can. So, alright, we have 21 meat. Now, do we want to turn meat into pemmican or into meals? I imagine meals. Right? I think we want to cook simple meals until we have... There's 4 of us. Let's just see if we can make 8. Let's just do that. Ideally, that's how we want to do this, I think. So that heal root didn't grow at all. Probably won't grow. But it's training Humps' plant stat. That's something at least. We have a butcher table now. How much does this weigh? It weighs 20 kilos. And wood weighs 0.4. This is actually lighter for us to carry, I think, than the wood required to build one. Oh, there's another heal root. It's not quite ready yet. Alright. Sam was deconstructing the stele, I think, or something over here. So we have a little bit of slate, a little bit of granite, a little bit of sandstone. Not bad. Fantastic. So we do want to maybe provide just some crappy little bedrooms. And we can put it on the stone. I don't see a reason not to. So how do we want to do that? Keep speeding through the night. So we could do what? Like a 3x3 room for everybody? That kind of gives a little bit of privacy. So this is the wall, so like that. Actually, we could do something like this, right? Like that. The wall would go here and would cut into our growing zone there. So let's do this. Do that. Like this, so the walls would be there. We'd have a... How would we have a hallway here, though? Well, this would be the wall around this bedroom, hallway. Alright, so we need to move these back one more. Like that. Then we could do something like that. So then we just have wall around all of this, pathway through the center. I think that could work. That's quite a lot of blocks. Do we have anywhere else where we can get like a mass amount of blocks? Like another stele somewhere? I thought I saw one. Yeah, there we go. Limestone. Even better. It's 125 blocks, I think. If you get all of them. I don't know if you do. Gosh, I'm pretty sure you don't. Deconstruct those slate grand steles as well. Let's tear down all of the history in this region so that we can turn it into bedrooms. That seems like a great idea. Perfect. Alright, we are running low on food. We ate all the pemmican like just so fast. We're cooking simple meals though, and our rice is almost harvestable. Tomorrow we will have rice. Today we will hunt foxes. Fantastic. Now, how much am I going to get out of this? I wonder if it's based on how well constructed it is. Well, that's 125. Fantastic. All that limestone. Alright, so we can build, I think, just all limestone walls then, right? So if I go here, and obviously we want wooden doors, so door, 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 and door. Nope, that's not where I want the doors. I want the doors here, here, and there. And then we want to go ahead and cancel whoops, cancel the wrong one. Like that. That's how we want the doors. And then we want limestone walls. Structure, limestone. Actually, we should move all of this over one. Or should we? I don't mind losing one piece of rice. Go ahead and harvest that. Because then I could just back it up to this. Or I could just make this bigger. How do I want to do this? Yeah, let's just move this over one. Shrink plan, expand plan? Oh, okay. I didn't realize they'd actually changed how the plans look. That's nice. So I just deleted that, huh? Shrink plan. There we go. Shrink this. Expand that, which means we'll need to get rid of this one as well. So harvest that. And move the door, move the door, move the door, move the door. Like this. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Okay. That's pretty cool, actually. I like that a lot. And then you can hide them as well. Oh, this is nice. I like that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Expand that there. Alright. Sorry. We can continue. Just had to figure that out before we continued. Alright, if we can get everybody bedrooms, life is good. What's Humps doing? Sowing? Go ahead and prioritize harvesting those. Just so they're out of the way and we can get construction on the underway. Are we out of limestone already? That was all of our limestone. Just like that, huh? Alright. So we do in fact need to deconstruct these slate stells as well. That's fine. At least they'll be resistant to burning. That's good. Harvest as many berry bushes as you can. And let's prevent sowing on this for now. While you do that. Fantastic. Ah. Yeah, let's go ahead and shrink the zone like that. We'll just leave that there for now. Alright, I think so far this is going pretty well. I mean, we're still low food, right? And that's obviously an issue. Who's our cooker? Sam is. Okay, and they're going to cook another batch of simple meals. Fantastic. They're using the meat and the rice that we've produced. That's good. So the meat's not going off. Astounding. Alright, we actually have enough meals too. Look at that. Yeah, I don't know if we're ever going to get up to crafting level 5. That kind of worries me a bit. Let's go ahead and make knives. Do until you have 10. And again, we want our worker to be Vulture on that one. Only Vulture can do that. Obviously, Vulture's busy building for a little while. That's okay. I love how we built this door, but not this door. In fact, are we out of wood again? We are. Let's just see if there's any wood here that's choppable. Chop it down. If it's even slightly harvestable, please do that. Yeah, we're out of... fucking instantly out of food. Instantly out of wood, I mean. Alright, hold that. Which will get you to pick up both of these, I think, right? Fantastic. And then once you go past... hold that. Look at that. There we go. Now we're thinking with portals. Make sure we get any chopped stumps that we've missed. That's free wood just sitting out there. Amazing. Make those simple meals. Okay. The father of Sam. Sam's father has arrived and he is pissed. Alright, Scorpion, how are you? Shooting, melee, construction. I was really hoping you'd be good at crafting. Is a masochist. Is incapable of caring. Alright, I don't know if they're very useful, so I fear that Scorpion's about to die. They're a little far away right now. But not that far away. Frickin' fox. Hunting the hare. Does be nature, but also, like, I could have eaten that. Alright, do we just go take him out? It is nighttime. I'd rather not. Yeah, everyone's going to go to bed now, so let's just deal with that in the morn. Is this... This is Vulture's bed. Vulture, congratulations. You now have a room. Jeez, a tree fell on him and killed him while he was riding his bike? I didn't know that Valheim was based on true real events. That's ridiculous. Yeah, we need shelves, because how are we going to store all of this stuff that we're making otherwise? And there's no precious metals on this map? Whoa, what killed Scorpion already? Hold on. Oh, a lynx attacked him. Ah, well, that makes my life very easy. Okay, where's the lynx? Hold on. Oh, he took it out. Damn, he just destroyed that lynx. Perfect. I really don't think you're going to get very far, Scorpion, to be honest, but you do you. And yep, there we go, he's down. Fantastic. Alright, let's use him to train. Well, actually, we can't, can we? We need an enclosed room that we can put a prisoner in. Goodbye, Sam. We knew ye so little. It's a shame, really. It's probably going to upset. It's probably going to upset Sam, who is also called Sam. Oh yeah, Scorpion. There we go. Shaman. Goodbye, Scorpion. We barely knew ye. But what are you going to do? Yeah, I can't believe that. That's crazy. Curse you, trees! Curse you, arboreal nemesis! Alright, so I think what we should do here is set this to be like 5. We want to have an extra meal, but if we're just mostly harvesting berries, let's make sure that we're not using all of the berries, right? We don't have to eat berries. In fact, let's also make sure that we're not going to eat all the pemmican. So, everyday eats, everyday eats, everyday eats, and everyday eats. And we shall make sure that in everyday eats, we remove berries and any other like raw comestibles. So no berries. In fact, no raw food at all. Like, why are you guys eating that shit? No, you're just not allowed. See, I can just do that. No raw animal products either. Like, what the hell? Speaking of, though, we do get like milk from the dromedaries, right? We have 2 male dromedaries and 3 female sheep. Are we serious? That's the most unlucky thing I've ever seen. Alright, well, what are you going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Build more rooms for my colonists. At least that's the plan. So monkey's coming down here to haul that... oh, the fox is dead too? Wait, the bunny rabbit killed the fox? Oh, no, we shot it. Okay, that's fine. Alright, well, we now have a lot of food. So here's what I'm going to do. Bills. Let's copy this. Let's paste it. Now, because you can finally change the name on meals, this is going to be... raw, this is going to be meat meals, and this is only going to be using meat. And then if there's not enough meat to just make meals out of meat, then we can then cook simple meals using all available ingredients. Because I think that's the best way to do it, and also go ahead and merge the simple meal stack. Fantastic. And then we shall have meat ready to go. Playing Hoopstone, huh? Oh yeah, let's also set everyone up to be on schedule. Fantastic. Alright, so this is about as big as our colony's probably ever going to be. We don't really ever need anything more than this. We have bedrooms that are very basic. They're not even finished yet, most of them. We have... They have doors. That's something. Hey, Vulture's praying in a room. Look at that. Make sure we get all the chop stumps that we're missing. And let's get these grand stells deconstructed as well, because boy do we just need them. You're hunting a raccoon. Alright, let's cool off on the hunting for now. I love your passion. I love how passionate you are about this, but let's just not kill literally everything that's in sight. Harvest all the berries we can, though, because they last quite a while. Alright, Sam is grabbing the herbal medicine from the corpse of their father. Monkey started a social fight with Sam. Why? Can we stop? Alright, you finally figured it out? Great. Who's our doctor? Vulture? Fantastic. Alright, so let's put these idiots on bed rest. Oh, and let's also... I assign them to doctor care? Yeah. Alright. Get these idiots in their beds and heal them. Is Vulture deconstructing the Grand Stele? Of course they are. Which means they're on the other side of the map. Let's haul as many slate blocks as you can. And then you can doctor. Alright, that does mean we're going to be making the rest of this out of slate, but that's okay. Alright, so let's cancel those, and let's grab... Anyone who has OCD, I do apologize, but this is literally how all of our colonies are going to look. It's just going to be whatever materials we can get our hands on, patchworked into some kind of acceptable stuff. In fact, I'm almost certain that's not enough slate. But it will be once the rest of it's done. Ah! Since it looks like you'll be here for a while, Humps mistakenly thinks, we should give our faction a name. And what should our faction be called? What should we call our faction? The faction name is important. The settlement name really doesn't matter. But you know what? Let's call it the first step. Faction name. Faction name. The Camel Riders. There we go. We're the Camel Riders, and this is our first step. Beautiful. Alright, so, actually speaking of, where is our quest? Where are we? Where is our base? Hold on. Where are we? Where's it? Where's our base? How do you jump to base? Menagerie of Fools? I was watching an anime earlier that has a group that uses that name. The Camel Riders? It's a good name. Where are we? Okay, we're here. Oh my god. It's literally on the other side of the planet. This is us. This is where we need to go. Okay, so we need to go all the way around. So we need to cross the passage over by Clear Grey, and then, and only then, will we make it to the landed ship. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. The camel... Oh wait, you can search. Alright. The Camel Riders... Beginnings. Alright. If this turns out to be a good start, and I feel like it is, that is our journey. So let's just take a cursory glance, right? If I was to send a caravan here, that is a 60-day journey. That is, so we're here, we get on the highway, and we walk. And we walk. We go straight through the Rotenbarben Barrens. We go past the Wise Heel Mountains. We see the Harsh Cat Range and the Menium Scrubland. Scarlet's what is that? Conceit Flats? Conceit Flats. Scarlet's Conceit. That's going to be a tricky place to get to, and also to say, it turns out. We keep going and going. We eventually find like a freeway over the Leoa Desert. In fact, that's probably the only way we're getting across the desert in any level of time. And then we're back in the mountain ranges forever. The Big Cobra Shrubland. My god. We just follow the freeways as far as we can. The Tascam Wastes is going to be tricky. We may have to go around that. Yep, there's Clear Grey Strait right here. All of the way to there. That is our destination. Right there. Yes, forever. That's how long it will take. Yes, forever. That's the objective. Right now, half of our colony is bleeding. So, you know, obviously we can't start that journey yet. But in, what is it, 23 days? 26 days, the journey begins. It is quite the journey. Oh, Menagerie of Fools? That's a good name too. Walk the planet? That's the goal, Merp. How are you, by the way, today? Hope you're doing well. This is our Wandering Tribe, the Nomads run. This challenge run is basically I can't stay in any tile for longer than 60 days. And so at the end of 60 days, we're gathering resources, we're trying to do research, and then we set off. I had us spawn in with 3 sheep, hoping that we would have a male sheep, and therefore be able to farm them, but no. 3 female sheep. At least we get wool, I guess. That will help us in the cold regions. We're going to the... We're trying to find the ship to the stars that our gods spoke of. Maybe... Did you deconstruct this other stele? Alright, deconstruct that as well. And then whole slate. What's Sam's problem? Alright, so you don't really need to be on bed rest. I just wanted you in there to get healed. I think you'll be fine. If you need to get up and move about, then please do. Look at all of this rice. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh yes, fantastic. Low food. Dirty cooking area. Ah, yeah, that's the next problem we need to contend with. Okay, so in that case... who's our chef? It's Sam, isn't it? Of course it is. Can we not... Why can't I have you work at the thing? Oh, they're suspended! Oh, God. No, no, no. Cook. Cook, 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 cook. My God. Let's not waste meat. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Let's get a little room. Let's put it right here. And this is going to be where our campfire is moved to. And our cooking happens. So let's give it a floor. Let's give it a wooden floor because we really just aren't the smartest group of individuals. And then let's go ahead and before they put a roof on it, let's ignore the roof right there. Well, let's build a roof. Let's build a roof. And then let's make sure that this roof is removed. Alright, we are cooking food. Because I accidentally had it all suspended because it copied the fact it was suspended. Too bad for you. Is that a timeoutable offense? It feels like it should be. Maybe it is. I'll have to think about it. It could be, though. There's a good chance. Oh, I'm so sad about that. Oh, we have a lot of slate. We have almost 2 bedrooms. Hey, Vulture, go ahead and finish those 2 walls, because then we'll have a new bedroom, and that bedroom will be for Sam. But that'll be tomorrow, I guess. Colonistry's rescue? Oh, because the asthma and the food poisoning. Right. Okay. Please rescue. But how are you, Merp? I hope you're doing well. Also, for anybody who's interested, we do have the VOD channel up and running on YouTube. I'll go ahead and link it in chat. If ever you want to go over there, it's !VOD or VODs or anything like that. That has a ton of stuff on there. Most recently, our entire Solo Colonist playthrough. It's not over. We will probably continue it at some point. But for now... we do need... we are doing this. We're doing this run because of the caravan changes. And I think it's pretty cool. It's kind of a fun idea. I'm pretty pleased with it so far. He said, counting his chickens. But we shall see. Yeah, so hopefully if we can get like a clean cooking area going, maybe we will not get quite so... Let's clean your blood first before you cook. Clean all of your blood before you, like, cook. There we go. That's better. Let's try not to have this be too dirty. Yeah. Let's toggle automatic refueling. Oh, nice. It's its own little button now. I quite like that. Because really we want to have, like, a new campfire that we build to. Electricity would be good because then we can get the stove, right? Actually, do we need that for like the fueled stove? We shouldn't, should we? We should just be able to make it. Maybe that's what we do then. We cancel the campfire. We change this back to build roof. And then we go to production fueled stove. We have the steel. We have plenty of steel. That's really not a problem. And we also have enough granite for exactly one attempt at a stool. No, we have maybe two if they botch it. Furniture. Granite stool. Make it. Alright, so here's the problem with humps. Because they have asthma and a bad back, if they get any illness, they get knocked out instantly. Their moving is now down to 3%. And that's not great. Does humps need to be fed? Yeah, do it. You're the doctor. This is your job. Ascetic has awful bedroom. Oh, Vulture hates or loves awful bedrooms. I forgot about that. How about that? Alright, I'm glad that roof didn't automatically collapse. That's great to see. So yeah, if we can keep this little room clean, that would be pretty nice, I think. Alright, finish the other bedroom. And then as far as floors go, I really think the only thing we can do here is wood. So I guess we'll do that. We're really not going to have much in the way of wood when we leave. That's kind of concerning me. But what are you going to do? That's kind of why I want stone cutting. Because then we can make stone floors and run with that instead. Don't want to use the hay, obviously. We want to keep that. Alright, we're going to get the stove going. Love to see that. Sam, do you have any capacity of knowing how construction works? No? So yeah, you get to move the stuff to the builds. You don't get to do the builds. Let's just make that clear. You could maybe do the floor. And we're out of wood. Okay, so yeah, more trees need to be harvested. Actually, we have trees set up to be cut when they're ready. Let's go ahead and go here. These poplar trees? These are oak trees. Hey, he's ready to harvest. Let's do that. He's not. He's not. He's ready. Fantastic. Oh, poplar are the tall, skinny ones. Right. Fantastic. But yeah, so I will be uploading these this playthrough as well up onto the VOD channel as well. That's what I was going to say before I got distracted. At least that's the plan. Could you finish a bedroom before you move on to the next bedroom? How's that for an idea? Oh, is Humps back up and at 'em? Oh, fantastic. So as soon as they start recovering from the food poisoning, they're fine. That's great. If they ever get sick, though, they're out. They're down and out. Which is a problem, for sure. Definitely an issue. The heal route is growing at a decent pace, so that's not going to be a bad idea either. We have a second bedroom. Can you believe this shit? Humps, let's get you in there. And actually, this bedroom, we can just smooth the floor, right? Yeah, if we can just smooth the floor, let's just do that. Anywhere we can just smooth the floor is a good idea to me. Go ahead and cancel that, cancel that, cancel that, and cancel that. Yeah, if we can just smooth the floor, let's just smooth it. That's a good idea. It'll take a little while, but it will train people's construction, and Humps is doing better. Why do we have no food? Because the other one is also suspended. Bloody hell. Cook immediately. Cook immediately and right now. Alright, everybody come get it. Food is served. Dinner is ready. It's a little late, I know. But hey, what are you going to do? Right, we have a whole bunch of rice now. We don't really need to worry about food too much. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's clear your prioritized work. Let's make sure you eat as well. Fantastic. Alright. And Monkey, your bedroom's ready too. Look at that. Work on your bedroom, Monkey. Look at that. Okay. We have rooms. We have rooms, and people are sleeping in them. This is great. The rooms are shit. but they exist. And that's about all the good I can say about them. Now, you see all these like blocks? If we could make floor with those blocks, you know how much better off we'd be? We'd be so much better off. How's the fuel on this campfire doing? 10 hours of fuel. Alright, well, I'm glad Sam is cooking now. We have so much rice. So here's the thing. Now we can start making pemmican. That's the plan anyway. So we make pemmican in bulk, I think. I think that's the way to do it. If everything else is complete, make pemmican forever, right? Is that a good idea? That's a good idea. It uses meat and rice, which is why I feel safe doing forever, right? It needs meat and vegetables. So I think now we're good to maybe suspend the meat meals and only use meat for pemmican. So let's get back to hunting a little bit. We've got a raccoon, we've got a couple of bunny rabbits, we've got a few squirrels as well. Let's get those taken care of for now. Mechanoid signal. Oh, okay. We've detected a mechanoid signal from a mechanoid ship in orbit. It's malfunctioned and is slowly losing altitude. We can make it crash nearby. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if accepting this makes it so that we then get attacked by mechanoids. So I'm not going to do this. Not to mention the fact that we have no capacity to build a grav ship. We have none of, like, basic grav tech is so far away. So we will keep that quest on the back burner. This quest will sit here for a very long time. If we ever do manage to get to standard grav tech, I think is probably what you want. I know we could do basic. If we ever manage to get to basic grav tech, we will then have a grav ship, and that will catapult this run. It might be the only way we're ever reaching where we need to be. Because remember, we need to get to here, and we are over here. That is us. We have to traverse the planet. So maybe a grav ship is the only way we're making this journey. We shall see. But for now, there's no way we can accept that quest. So I'm not gonna. Alright. Oh yeah, I need to copy all the bills. So copy. Paste. Copy. Paste. Copy. Paste. Look at that. Should Sam be our hunter and our chef? I don't think so. I don't know if Humps can really be our hunter though. But that might be the only way we're getting there. I don't know if they're really a melee person, considering... Well, considering any level of pain and they just go down. Not to mention, what is their manipulation? Yeah, their moving's pretty bad. Alright, so Humps, go ahead and equip the poor shortbow. You're our hunter now. Sam, you no longer hunt. Transport pod crash. Bartlett is an enemy. Alright, well I can tell you exactly what's going to happen to poor old Bartlett over here. Hello, Bartlett. A bruise and a crack. Alright, we could fix this. I could fix it. Psychopath, annoying voice, and very neurotic. Okay. Very neurotic is good, I guess, because of the global work speed. Artistic is so useless, though. I feel like we don't care about Bartlett, do we? I feel like the answer is a no, right? Although intellectual, they could be our dedicated researcher. They're not unwaveringly loyal either. Okay. Monkey, I know you just got your room. You're gonna have to give it up, my friend. Go ahead and move the bedroll. Let's get a sleeping spot for prisoners. And Vulture, let's get their parka and then capture them. Actually, should we be growing cloth as well? Is that another idea? Maybe that's a good idea. Let's get some cotton going. Cotton takes forever though, is the only concern. But if we can get some... Or actually, we can just get cotton from our animals, right? Yeah, we'll be fine. We don't need to worry about growing cotton. That's not a concern. Not even a little. Already tending to... Oh, we need to fix that. Let's see. How do I change defaults? Change defaults. Prisoners. You can piss right off. In fact, everybody you can piss right off. Tend to him. Tend to him with your... What are you doing? Oh, I need to fix it here as well. Alright. I will go ahead and have you carry herbal medicine, though. Like this. Carry 2. In fact, carry 3, and then everyone else can carry 1. Just because I feel like that's useful. Because then if they get knocked down, they drop herbal medicine right next to them. Sounds like a bad roommate. They probably will be a bad roommate, yes. But hey, maybe this bad roommate will actually be a useful colonist. I'm not exactly very optimistic, but hey, weirder things have happened. We have a good amount of leather. Can we make another bedroll? I think if we can, we definitely should. Furniture. Yeah, we can make a light leather bedroll. Do it. I assume that's what we have a lot of. It is. Alright, Bartlett is no longer incapable of walking. Look at that. Health, everyday eats is where we want them. Perfect. A manhunter pack of crows. 2 crows. Alright. Let's get the firing squad. Put it on 1 speed. Put him here. Alright, start shooting. They are the worst. They are actually the worst. Can we hit them, please? Who are they even going after? Hold on. And then there's an immediate raid. Okay, at least they're not raiding immediately. Shooting, cooking, artistic. So many artists in this savannah. Not really what I was expecting, to be honest. Can we just like melee attack them or something? Would that honestly be better? Alright, go ahead and melee them. You don't want to melee them? Yeah, there we go. That was easier. That was a lot easier. Alright, Vulture, I want you to self-tend your scratches. Of course they scratched. Are we serious? I'll bet you this is going to be a way that a lot of people get infected, is these goddamn birds. Alright, Humps, get the first hit in. You did? Somehow he didn't die, though. Amazing. You got 2 bites on your torso. And that, I'm pretty sure, nearly took you out. Alright, Vulture's tended. Good enough. Sam is nearly healed, hopefully, from those bruises. Humps is going to eat. How is Bartlett doing? Oh yeah, we also want to make sure that we are recruiting Bartlett. This crow is dead. It's dead! This crow is dead! It is deceased! Alright, is Humps going to bed? Yes. Do we have food? Why are we not fueling the stove? Hold on. We have no wood. Why is nobody doing this? Can somebody please harvest the tree right now? Why is Monkey not wearing any clothes? I feel like that's a good question too, right? Like seriously though, why are they not wearing clothes? Oh, probably because they were trying to wear the parka and then they got mad about it. Alright, so apparel policies. Let's just go make a new one. Call it tribal only. Clear everything except these. Fantastic. Now, everyone's going to be on tribal only for a bit, because anything else is going to make you sad. Like, you should not be running around wearing nothing. Yeah, because they're wearing the damn pants, that's why. Put the tribal wear on, you fool. Oh, this idiot. I forgot about them. Has humps been tended to yet? Not yet. It's not ideal. Good shot. Good shot. Keep hitting them. Keep hitting them. Keep kiting them. They're basically pretty slow at this point, so... In fact, they are very slow. I think Sam is the only person who has actually hit them. Amazingly. Hey, Humps is leveled up to level 2. Look at that. Really? You're gonna just take that? Alright, there we go. We take the steel club. Humps, I want you to go to bed. Do we care about keeping you around? Nah. I want you to melee attack, and you two can just carry on. So you got a bruise as well? With a club, yeah. Amazing. Alright, let's create a dumping zone for corpses. Let's just put it... Actually, fuck it, let's bury him here, why not? Human-like corpses, stranger corpses. Amazing. Alright, Humps, if you could eat and then go to sleep so we can actually tend your crow bites, that would be amazing. You're feeding Bartlett. No, you're not. In fact, this is for medical, and you're going to rest until healed. Because I do not need you getting a bloody infection. And you are going to tend. And we now have food, right? We have... Cooking at the stove makes way more sense than eating the raw meat in your hand, my dude. Cook. Vultures tending to Humps, fantastic. Dumping stockpile 1. I have a better idea. Why can we not? Oh, I need to claim it? Alright. Bury them. There we go. We're tripping up on some technicalities, but I think we're getting there. Also, why were you eating raw food? Like raw meat? We need to make sure that is not in here. Raw food? Yeah, it... Oh, no, there we go. Uncheck it. I unchecked raw, like, vegetables. Not raw meat, though. Because I'm smart like that. Alright, this doesn't need to be for you anymore, Humps. Is Bartlett been fed? No? Go ahead and feed them and then chat to them. How's that? And then we can reinstall this in there as well. We are going to need another room, so let's go ahead and build that while we're at it. Maybe this will have a slate door, I don't know. So this is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like so. And then like that. Fantastic. Alright, they're not dying anymore? Look at that. Fantastic. Great. Life is good. This wood is deteriorating, but it's fine. It's just going to get burned anyway. Which does mean we have enough wood for a door. That's great news. We'll chop that smash stump as well. I assume that tree fell over. Killed a passing cyclist. I still can't believe that happened. That's mad. The odds on that. It must have been very rotted. Oh, a heal root. Just wild heal root. That's ready to be harvested. Love that. Ready to harvest. Alright. I think heal root, selling heal root might be a way we make a good chunk of money too. What are these guys doing? They're still eating? They're still sleeping? Fantastic. Let's speed up through the night. Is our meat about to go off? No. And love to see it. We'll keep the meat meal suspended. We can cook simple meals with rice, and then we can cook pemmican with the remainder. And I think that's honestly a really, really good plan. In fact, we technically have 6 people, or 5 people, so let's tick it up one more. Oh, and go ahead and, before you do anything else, clean the kitchen. And then also floor. Do we just put like straw matting in here? Because it accepts little filth? No, that's hay. We don't want to use hay. Ugh. This is why stone cutting is useful. Let's give Bartlett his own room, or his own floor. His own or bedroll, which is awful apparently, but fuck it. You take what you can get around here. And we're not going to be sleeping in beds probably ever in this run. I'm starting to realize. Just don't think it's going to happen. Also, let's go ahead and remove the plans and also cancel this smoothing. Because Vulture is the only one who should not be getting that anyway, right? Really, Vulture's room should be this one. Maybe it will be, actually. Maybe we will do that. We'll reinstall this here. And then we'll reinstall that there. And, who's our researcher anyway? Is it Vulture? No, it's Monkey, and Monkey is just moving stuff. Monkey is doing, actually. Hauling is a thing that they do a lot. Okay, so we want Monkey to just, if they have nothing better to do, research. I think that's a great plan. Humps is praying. Once you're done praying, can we bring him to his bed? Probably not. We're butchering. We are out of fuel. Is this a tree that's choppable? No, no. Yes. Hey, Sam, could you chop this tree? We'll never do plant cutting. Is that because you're bad at it? No, you refuse. This is a principle of the thing, I guess. Isn't he not incapable of walking anymore? What's his problem? Alright, he has a few problems, I guess. Sure. Whatever. We're feeding him. He'll get over it. Is there a reason we're not chopping plants? I think it's just because I set everybody to not do that, right? That's basically why. That's the main reason why. Fantastic. I just told people to stop cutting plants, and then I'm wondering why they stopped doing that. Alright, so her awful bedroom, she's going to love it, or she's just not going to care. No, she actually loves it. She loves just sleeping on the cold hard ground in a bedroll. Couldn't be happier. So we can't pick up Bartlett. That's fine, I guess. I think I ruined Humps' sleep, but whatever. I need you to chop trees, man. Okay. Chop the trees. We need fuel, right? Just please chop the damn trees. And before you leave, chop that too. Look at that. Alright, Sam, when you wake up, I want you to haul that and haul that. Oh, Sam's bedroom just got a lot better. Still not good, but a lot better. Vulture smoothing tiles in Bartlett's room. Fantastic. Sam's going to eat, and then we're going to cook food, right? Because we're not going to let all of that meat go to waste. It's all going to go to waste, isn't it? 21 hours? It's technically... Oh no, it's unrefrigerated. Okay, now we're cooking simple meals again. You love to see it. We're going to need to expand this room, actually, is what I'm realizing. Okay, so here's a plan. Bartlett is clothless, right? So here's what I'm going to do. Clear clothes. No, manufactured, right? It would be under manufactured. Textiles. Mortar shells. Raw resources. Apparel. Okay. All apparel. And we're going to make that critical. Camera's looking good. How many days till we hope to leave? So we have 60 days. We've been here 8. God, that's going fast. Sorry, not 60 days, 30 days. So we have 22 days. So after, on the 22nd day, on the 30th day, we leave. We have to leave. And we're also not just going to leave and then like go to the next tile and settle. Obviously, we're gonna have to go further than that. So we're trying to get pemmican, we're trying to get stuff to trade, and then we're going to plan out our route. We have someone to trade with over here, but that's in the wrong direction. We could just head straight for White Crulo Bialbo right here, which is I think off of a highway. Yeah, an asphalt road. So we could get on this road, go past Knotville. We might even try raiding them, but I don't know if that's even possible for us. And then head over here. I think that means they are an Outlander Union, right? Yeah, so they're advanced. We're not taking them on. But we could go straight here, which would take 3 days, trade with them, and then we could continue on and maybe somewhere around the tail gerbil, the tall gerbil step. Maybe we aim for that, somewhere around here. And that can be the next leg of our journey. We'll see. We'll see how much food we have. And how the gathering thing goes. Because you can set up like a little camp, like a little caravan camp. And I haven't really seen what that looks like yet. Ah, the hair meat did rot away. Damn it. I was kind of hoping that wouldn't happen, but the fuel snafu kind of screwed us a bit. Alright, we have berries ready to be harvested. We have trees waiting to be cut. I hope somebody will do it. Is Bartlett going to, like, equip these clothes, too? Because here's what I'm thinking. I put them in the stockpile zone, and then I delete the stockpile. Right? And then he might put them on? Is my assumption. So we delete them, and then we don't allow them. Like that. And then maybe Bartlett will put his fucking clothes back on and stop crying about it. Because he's capable of moving and just refuses to, which is a little weird to me. Oh, let's deconstruct the sleeping spot. Maybe he'll put them on. I don't know. I don't know how to make an idiot wear clothes. How do you make an idiot wear clothes? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because you would assume having it in the room would help, right? No tribal wear, only no service. Yeah, exactly. Ah, there we go. Okay. He just immediately put them on. So Forcewear would work, but he's not one of ours. He's a prisoner. But he did immediately wear them, so that worked. And we're out of fuel for the stove again? Is the campfire better on fuel than the stove? What is this, man? Maybe we just start eating berries. Do we just start eating berries and just save literally everything else for pemmican? We are building up pemmican fairly good. This is not that much though. We started with 400 and we ate all of it in like 3 days. We need way more pemmican. We also need to hunt stuff. So let's hunt this ram and this doe, another fox. Let's hunt all these guys. Don't hunt the crows. They're not worth it. And we're feeding Bartlett another simple meal. Where are those trees? I thought I had trees marked. Did we actually cut them? I don't see them. I don't know. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. Are these trees any good? 86, 73, 92, 65. Who'd have thought I would be struggling for trees in a savanna? There we go. These are harvestable. This is also harvestable. And so are you. Alright, as much as I want Humps to get better at hunting, Sam, you're the hunter. Humps. Attempting to recruit Bartlett, we love to see it. I assume Bartlett's probably not going to wear this parka, but it can just sit there until he's recruited. Okay. Yep, he's definitely doing better. Awful prison cell, 8 without table. You'll live. I heard a tree get chopped, I think. Vulture, you are literally the best. You might be the one keeping this colony afloat, not gonna lie. Alright, so this has 50 fuel. We seem to chew through it at an alarming rate, though. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this simple meal. And here's what's going to happen. I don't want to use the berries first. If we can cook a simple meal without berries, please do that. Because berries last. Although actually, I guess berries last not as long as rice. But they are able to be eaten raw. Yeah, save the berries? No, let's just use them. That's just stupid. Just cook meals. Fuck it. Don't overthink it. Just cook the meals. Eat them. So make sure we got all the chopped stumps in the region. Sure looks like it. Fantastic. Alright, so his resistance is slowly going down. Low mood. You'll get over it, probably. If we made this his prison cell, he could eat with a table, but it's just not worth it. Yeah, so Forswear wouldn't work. Sorry, I think I already responded to that. But you know what? We have a nice little encampment going, and that's the first 9 days of this colony pretty much done and dusted. I thought that was a table, it was just a little square of rock. I thought the scale was a little off. But yeah, I think this is going fairly well. We haven't been able to see the caravan aspect of things, but we are building up to it. We're building as much pemmican as we can. I guess that's what's burning through our fuel, right, is making the pemmican, because we make it in bulk. And yeah, that's chewing through our wood. I mean, look at that. That takes so much work. That was a lot of work, yeah. We're going to need a bigger stock room, I think. I think we need to expand this quite a lot. Obviously we want to not build in wood as much as we can, for many reasons, but mainly, really just need all of the wood. I don't know if smoothing the surface really is worthwhile. Is this all smoothed? No. Let's remove all the plants. It does train Vulture's construction. They are level 8, so that's good. If we ever do research anything, they should be able to make it. So that'll be good. So yeah, stone cutting we'd like to finish research on. If we can get Bartlett, he will be a stupendous researcher. Aren't they really good? Yeah. Then all they will do is research, basically. And that will be just really nice. Alright, any wild heal root that's harvestable, please do. I wish there was a way to... Actually, there's a quality of life mod for that, right? Where you can just harvest fully grown trees. That's something that I need to install. That's especially with this, where I'm basically having to min-max every single tree to get every last piece of wood out of it. Should probably do that. And also chop the stump. That would be good. Let's get those berries. Let's get these berries. It's a shame Humps can't haul. But once Bartlett is in and is basically locked in this room for the rest of their life, Monkey can be our hauler again. And that'll be pretty good. Another batch of rice? Fantastic. Yeah, we're never going hungry. Amazing. We do need complex furniture, though. We need shelves, like, really bad, because we're going to be stockpiling all kinds of things. Wonder how much pemmican we're going to have. We're definitely stocking up on it. I think we're going to want stone cutting, complex furniture, and then pretty much just storm towards survival meals, right? Which is 5,000 research points. Oh my god. Oh, that's going to take forever. But I think that's really what we need. If we can get packaged survival meals, they are so much more efficient than pemmican. So much more efficient than pemmican. Oh god. Does leather deteriorate outdoors? Yeah, it almost certainly does. Our hay is deteriorating. Starting to wonder if we're going to actually be able to use hay. Let's go to structure. Let's just get some slate going. How much slate do we have? Not enough for all this, I don't think. Actually, no, we do. Let's get that expansion. Let's deconstruct all of that. Rare thrumbos. Okay, don't eat my trees. We've been through this, guys. Please don't eat my trees. Please? I need them. Cargo pods? What do we got? What do you got for me, Randy? Isn't that the good shit that stops from infections? Oh, it does. That's also, it's like really valuable, isn't it? Pretty valuable, yeah. Who can haul that? I want that shit ASAP. Right, as soon as you're done cooking that meal, haul it. That's really useful. So I always used to think it wasn't that good, but then I realized that if somebody has a lot of cuts, like from a scyther attack or something, you can give them this, and it will basically ensure that they don't get infected from those cuts. Or if they just randomly start a fight, like a social fight, because, you know, we need this shit. Why are you rivals with them? Why are you fighting someone you actually like? Slighted, deep talk, and yet here we are. You beat Vulture to a pulp. The person keeping our entire colony going. You beat them to a pulp. Also, the doctor. Alright, Humps. Congratulations, you're a doctor. Get training. How is Vulture doing? Lots of bruises. Amazing. Well, this is good. This is good training for Humps. Alright, they're no longer incapable of walking, so that's fantastic. In fact, we can turn off self-tend on Vulture now. Oh, Sam, you're in a bad mood. Maybe you shouldn't have started a social fight. Drugs from the sky. Apparently, does be how it happens here. I don't know if you should really be hunting in your current condition, but alright, you've got it figured out. You're good. That's probably enough hunting for now. I want you to go back home and rest. Vulture, why are you not in bed? Get your ass in bed right now. I want you to be fully tended before you do anything, my dude. Is that a dry thunderstorm? Of course it is. Dry thunderstorm in the savannah. This better start raining soon. This is gonna be so problematic. Oh god. Go deal with it. It'll probably start raining soon. But like, clearly we can't let this happen. Alright, I think that's probably good. Let's clear the home area. If it spreads up our way, we'll deal with it then. Jesus, man, what are we gonna do? Yeah, tend to Sam. Oh, it's raining. Okay, thank God. Alright, that was good. That kept it away from our shit. It's being rained on now. I think that was the right choice. Vulture, go to sleep. Then Humps can tend to you, and then maybe they'll finally get to go to bed. Not quite, Humps. Sorry. Not quite, Humps. Let's get everyone healed. Sooner everyone gets healed, the better. I don't know why people are starting social fights. Like, people are having deep talks and then just saying, I think you're dumb. And then they're beating the living shit out of each other. Oh, is it because... No, wait, no. Bartlett doesn't like us just because. Are you, like, ugly or something? Why are people fighting you? Abrasive. Okay. Tends to rub people the wrong way. Yeah, that it does. That it does. You have the best bedroom, though. It's dull. That's the best. That's the best we got. Be happy. Let's make sure we fully smooth this surface and fully smooth those surfaces. We don't need to smooth anything in Vulture's room because she likes shit. Go ahead and clean the kitchen when you're done. Transport pod crash? Who's in it? Another enemy. Drugs from the sky and Bubba from beyond. Pyromaniac. It's a pleasure knowing you, Bubba. Goodbye. I'm going to be using way too much wood in my playthrough for a pyromaniac right now. Especially considering they don't really have any good skills. Really. Can somebody feed this prick? Please? Just drop food off. I don't need them trying to break out. It's not hard. Alright, so how much do we have? We have 300 pemmican. Let's go to a nice round 400. And then we'll kind of reevaluate from there. Also, this is all outdoors because we do not have enough slate. So cancel, cancel, cancel. Give me granite. Give me granite. Is that granite or sand? That's sandstone. Give me sandstone. And also, give me a watch, because apparently that's already been 2 hours, and I just simply don't believe you. I'm gonna need to double check that shit. Oh, it's getting hot too. That's gonna be a problem. Starvation. Well, eat then. I'm not the one who told you to start a social fight. That wasn't me. Vulture has a major break risk. Are we out of food again? Why? Oh, because we have bed rest on maximum for these guys. Let's put that down to there. Let's get you cooking. Actually, refuel and then cook. It's time to cook. Alright, meals exist. People should eat them. And we should save. And I will. As soon as that is done. Hey, Vulture, you want to eat? Or have you already? Okay, you've already eaten? Good. No major break risks for you. The Camel Riders. So far, so good. Let's just make sure that we jinx ourselves for next time. I think that's important when creating content. It's very important to set yourself up for a staggering failure. I'm really good at that. I need to update the television as well, because we are not, in fact, doing our solo colonist run. That was the first stream of our nomadic tribal tribe. So far, it's been actually kind of weird, because it doesn't feel different from a normal playthrough, but I'm having to do things very differently. Like, I'm genuinely having to sit down and think, like, okay, I can't just make a big base with all the defenses and all this stuff. I'd have to, like, manage resources really differently. And it's very odd. It's very odd. Yeah, focus on departure. I am desperately trying to build up enough resources to leave, which is not normally how this works. But I hope that you think this is an interesting idea, an interesting approach, and an interesting challenge. I feel like it is. I feel like the game could not have put the ship on a better tile either. It's on the other side of the planet. And I cannot wait to see how far we get.